Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Nama Maha Mantra Sava Mantra Sara. Hare Nama Maha Mantra Sava Mantra Sara. Jadira Karuna Bale Jagate Prachara. Save Nama Parayana Sadhu Mahajana. Tahadera Nindana Kori Hokada Chana. Brajendra Nandan Krishna Saveshwareshwara. Maheshwaradita Sevana Tatpara. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Swarupa. Abheda Jnana na Kori me Lila Guna Rupa. Guru Krishna Rupa Han Shastra Pramane. Guru Rupe Krishna Kripa Kore Bhagyavane. Se Guru Te Martya Buddhi Avagyadi Tyaji. Dalapa Kora Niranthara Nima Bhaji. Nama Shruti Shruti Matsa Saha Satvata Purana. Nama Charana Padma Kore Nirajana. Shruti Shastra Deva Koraye Nindana. Apara Jira Sangha Kori Bevar Jana. Amira Mahima Sab Shastrite Bakane. Atituti Heno Kabuna Bhavi Hamane. Agasya Ananta Brahma Shivadi Satata. Nama Mahima Gata Sankirtana Rata. Nama Mahima Sindhu Ke Paibe Para. Atishtuti Bole Jai Say Durachara. Krishna Nama Bole Nitya Golokera Dhana. Prakrita Bhave Aparadhi Jana. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Name Sava Papa Kaya Sava Shastri Kaya. Sahadina Papa Kori Say Bharasaya. Mata Durbudi Jar Se Aparadi. Maya Pravanchita Dukha Bhundi Niravadi. Shri Krishna Nama Purna Rasa Nidhi Tara Samanna Bhavya Subha Karma Adi Name Shraddha Hina Jana Vidata Vanchita Tane Nama Dane Aparat Kunishita Shuniya O Krishna Nama Mahatmya Rapata Jai Piti Rahita Se Naradhama Charva Antama Mata Jarantare Bahir Shuddha Krishna Nama Tara Kapunahi Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Dasha Parara Karya Bhajan Dasha Parara Karya Bhajan Jai Jana Kare Hari Nam Sankirtan Purva Shri Krishna Prema Labdhare Hoy Nam Prabhu Tata Vide Nitya Vilas Casting off these 10 offenses, leaving no exception. Casting off these 10 offenses, leaving no exception. Those pure souls who chant the name in holy congregation. The miracle of love for Krishna they will surely save. The name divine himself will shine within our hearts forever. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Casting off these 10 offenses, leaving no exception. And those pure souls who chant the name in holy congregation. The miracle of love for Krishna they will surely save us. The name divine himself will shine within our hearts forever. Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Jai Sachinanda Gaura Hari. Jai Sachinanda Gaura Hari. Jai Gauranga, Jai Gauranga, Jai Gauranga, Jai Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. 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 Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. And it is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur who predicted that the kirtans that are chanted in India will be translated into all languages around the world and will be sung around the world. And there are one or two, there's another couple of places where we do have translations which do actually work to the traditional tunes like that. And it's happy for me because English is my mother tongue. I'm an Englishman. So English is our mother tongue. So when we sing in our own language, then we tend to know what we're singing because we know the words. When we're singing in Bengali, this is actually in Bengali, or in Sanskrit, or in Gujarati, or Punjabi, or Tamil, or any other language, then it's being not our mother language, we don't catch the meaning except with a bit of practice. But even then, you know, it's a little different when it's in your own language. So anyhow, this works, and it is the grace of Sagar Maharaj. By the way, you know, we're grateful to everybody, and we've been mentioning about 40 years of the deities here in London. But the mission has been basically since 1980, which is 45 years. Oh no, 1982. No, 43 years in 1982. And so Sagar Maharaj, he did so many things for the London mission, but also for the worldwide mission, giving so much assistance, and also was on that first world tour that Mohanananda Prabhu engineered. Not only on the world tour, you can say Sagar Maharaj was one is the catalyst, one is like the seed planter,
He
and all.
was the author of it, Maharaj.
The author, okay, we can say he was the
author.
author. And he did many things. And so we are grateful, and we've just had a little touch with him. And very happy to. We must honor everybody who's done things, and this is something. We've got the translations of many things from him, and as we were reading this morning, but we were in the other temple. Okay, as we were reading this morning, some very handcrafted translations, which Gurudev, it took many days, like a week, to translate, to give what he was happy with for the translation of one shloka. And what we were referring to this morning was the Srimad Chaitanya Saraswat Mattavara Udgita Kirti Jaya Shrim Sloka, in glorification of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. And but that was all coming from Srila Gurudev, but with the capable pen and hand of Shripad Sagar Maharaj at that time, Swarupananda Prabhu, now we can say. So we are very grateful, and here we are able to sing in English some song. Hare Krishna. So we're here, and we've come a long way to be with you here in the London temple. I don't live in the London temple. Actually, I'm based in Italy, as you know, in Villa Govinda in the north of Italy. But the base of our heart is actually Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, Navadip, the temple on the banks of the Ganges, which I showed you in color just a few minutes ago. So this is the home of our heart. So from here we are bringing the message of what is a temple. It's not the building, it's who is in the temple. And so now is a great building of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat in India, but the greater and greatest sadhu within the building, we can say. So I just keep showing that happily. And so we're bringing you the message not only of the building, but that it's a beautiful place, a beautiful retreat, but of the masters. And these are our masters: Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rock Srila Dev Goswami Maharaj, and their master Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And all this is coming also spread to the Western world by Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who took Srila Guru Maharaj as his Siksha, or Guru, his instructing Guru, who prepared him for his worldwide preaching. So we are very firmly in the family of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev, and happy to share their conceptions as best as we understand, after having been for many years, from 82 onwards, essentially, with Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev and Srila Govinda Maharaj means, and in their service. So, you can ask me a question if you like, something you may want to ask or anything for clarification. We are here, I am here, Mohanananda Prabhu is here. He came to London on Gurudev's first world tour, and very much as an instrumental part of paving the way for, then we didn't know, but 24 world tours, but set that scene and set the standard also for the devotees, how to serve Gurudev, and for Gurudev how to adjust, how to manage in the Western world. Don't mind they eat with their left hand, don't know. It's so many things. If you're born and brought up in India and you come to London, it's a bit of a shock, isn't it? Many things are a bit of a shock. Even amongst the devotees, amongst the people, the things that people do, the behavior, with their shoes, and all sorts of things. It's quite a different etiquette in the West. And so, Srila Gurudev, on his, especially the first world tour, Gurudev said, I'm observing everything. I'm looking, I'm seeing. And he's seeing what is good everywhere. It's not, everything is bad everywhere. And he appreciated many things about the Western world. And but Srila Gurudev said, I'm looking. And he went on that first world tour all around the world, starting from Australia and then coming, everywhere to South America, North America, East Coast of America, West Coast of America, Central America, South America, in different countries of South America. Went to Hawaii on the first tour, went to Hawaii also, in the middle of nowhere, or the Pacific Ocean, but it's a big ocean. If you think that lake in Hyde Park is big, or the English Channel is big, then the Pacific Ocean is a few kilometers wider. So, and he went, and he came to London, Germany, and maybe not Italy on the first, Hungary.
Not on the first world tour, but subsequently.
Subsequent
he went all over Europe.
Yeah, all over different
South
places.
Pacific, New Zealand, Fiji.
Right, but the first tour, he saw a big variety of the world, the different natures, and when he came back, he said, I'm seeing everything, I'm watching everything. And then, really, he got a lot of experience there, and he's adjusting his presentation of Krishna consciousness to the world, knowing now more of how they live, the standard they live. And actually, he said, when he came back to Navadip, if I knew how they lived, I would have made the guest house for the Westerners, the for those who know, Paschatya Sevak Bhavan, Western Service House, if you like. That's the name he gave it, Paschatya Sevak Bhavan. He said, I would have made this quite differently. But he's thinking he's giving us very nice accommodation, but by regular Western standards, it's a little different standard that most people are used to. And Gurudev, he adjusted things in Navadip in the course of time. The next guest houses he made with attached bathrooms and like private bathrooms instead of 3 rooms sharing 1 bathroom. In India, it's very easy for even 3 families to share like 1 shower and 1 bathroom or something, but not so normal for the Western world. I mean, of course, in India, the fields are very useful for overflow bathrooms in the villages and where they are, but not in the Western world. So anyway, Srila Gurudev saw many things. And really what Srila Gurudev emphasized about so many customs, he's not coming to try to give Indian custom, Indian culture, this, that and the other. Because India custom has its variety. We spend most of our time in Navadip, in Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, which is north and east India. It's on the banks of the Ganges near the East Bengal, the Bangladesh border. But we've also traveled in South India on pilgrimage with Subhasini, her family, and devotees from South India. We've been in South India. Customs in South India are not the same as the customs in North India. So Gurudev, he wasn't trying to impose like Bengali this, Bengali that. He's trying to share Sanatan Dharma, which is totally independent of like one's customs, and there is some civilized behavior. I mean, there are some guidelines, but he wasn't trying to make the whole world into Bengal. You can say that countries like England and others, Britain, they go around trying to make colonies and conquering other countries or something, or making them like us. But that's not what Gurudev was doing. He was sharing the treasure of the wealth of the greatest thinkers, means Vedavyas, in his cave up in the Himalayas, up in the Badrik Ashram, high up in the Himalayas. He's sharing the wisdom of Maharaj Shukadev Goswami, his son, who is giving relief to Maharaj Parikshit, who had 7 days left to live. And he wants to know, how do I use my life in 7 days? I know after 7 days I've got to go through the next door. But I don't feel prepared. What do I do now? And this is completely independent of, oh, I was born in such a country, so therefore what will I do? It has nothing to do with that. Whether you're born in Chile, in South America, whether you're born in well, anywhere. Okay, choose some random extreme place, in the middle of the Sahara Desert, wherever you're born, you've got a problem when you've been given 7 days left to live. And that is the common question. That we are in this world where we don't even know how many days left we have left to live, with the roads and everything. Things happen all the time. Unexpected things happen all the time. Almost every week we have some unexpected news from our devotees or their relatives, something like from our devotee section. And then we have news. This last week, the brother of one of our devotees was hit by a car and they're in a coma, maybe until now. And another one, something else happened, another one, something else happened. So we are living in a world where we feel, oh, it doesn't happen to me, we've got lots of time left. But the urgency that Shukadev Goswami gave was for everybody. The purpose of human life is that we solve the problem of birth and death and prepare ourselves so we don't just blindly go on with our life and thinking, oh, I'll sort out my life when I'm in my last minutes, when I've been given 7 days to live, I'll take seriously, oh, where are the books? Now what am I to do? And then read. But we need guidance, we need to prepare ourselves. And 2 days ago was Nrsimha Chaturdasi. Everybody knows, I expect some of you were fasting, and then Nrsimha Chaturdasi, and to go to the temple. And I think in Watford, was it a ticketed day? I think in... No, okay.
It was open, but was full up.
It was full. Did you go?
Yeah.
Oh, you went there. Okay, wonderful. Anyway, so you're well aware it was Nrsimha Chaturdasi. But Nrsimhadev came to prepare protect his son Prahlad. Prahlad Maharaj, when you read Srimad Bhagavatam about the whole Leela, he is teaching his school friends when he was it 5 years old or something? Like he was very young. And he's telling his school friends about the purpose of life. And actually these teachers are only teaching you how to be materialistic. But material things are like a dream. They will go. What we were dreaming of 100 years ago, we don't even know what we had or what we were dreaming of. We got this, big that, and so many things. But 100 years ago, it's gone. And this is why this material world, in some analogy, for some purpose, is considered as a dream. Because we are aspiring for something, but it's not with us permanently. And so what we were aspiring for and perhaps got in our life, in our last body, we don't even know who was our wife, who was our children, all these things. We don't know. And our bank account, our American Express card, well, they wouldn't have had it then because they didn't have them then. But anyway, all these things, we don't know where they are. So similarly, whatever materially we're doing at the moment, we must have it in perspective. We all need to live, we all need to, and Gurudev wanted everyone to be, self-sufficient, sober, sensible, a proper contributor in this world, that we're not taking from the government and everything like this. We will do our part in the world. But the main point is that the human life is meant for seeing everything in relation to Krishna. Because that is going to give us our opportunity to always think of Krishna. Not only when we go to the temple, not only early in the morning when we think, okay, now I'll sit in front of the altar, do some puja and do some prayers, but 24 hours, which means with our life, with our work, with our driving, with our taking the bus, we must always try to remember the Lord and be Lord-centered, because that's the nature of those who live with the Lord. They're not thinking anything for themselves because they know, actually, I don't have to, I just want to serve the Lord. They don't worry about themselves because everyone is looking after everybody else, so there's no shortage of anything. If we arrive there, we would be so bold to say when we arrive there, but when we arrive, you can just understand we're new. When you first go somewhere, you're new. But everyone's coming to help you. Do this, do this, do this. But the main thing that you're going to be there for is how can I serve? So what can I do to serve? How can I be helpful? And then they'll come say, they show you how to pick the garlands, they'll show you which garden. Don't steal from the neighbors. Go to that garden over there. They'll tell you how to, where to pick the flowers, which flowers, and then you'll take those to those who are good at making garlands. And then they are good at making garlands, and then bit by bit, then you pick flowers, and then they teach you, come make garlands. But service, we'll want service there, and we'll be shown how to behave, what to do, all those things. But Krishna must be at the center. If we go there and then we see some very beautiful things and think it's for me, then we won't be allowed to be there if we think it's for me. If we see a nice ripe mango with no skin and no seed, they're described in Srimad Bhagavatam that such things exist. Here we can't. We think, oh really? How can a mango be with no skin and no seed? It's not possible. Srimad Bhagavatam is truth. It tells us that there are mangoes with no skin and no seed. So forget our logic of why doesn't all the sap fall out and it's not possible. Forget it. It's another beautiful plane. It's another beautiful world of reality. But there, everyone who will see the mangoes growing on the tree like that, they will see Krishna. This is so beautiful. Krishna will love this mango. So they want to take that mango and give Krishna this way, with no idea that, look at that mango, let us take it. That's great, let us take it. And ignore Krishna who is over there with the cows and this, that and the other. So there's the change of mentality is there. Everyone is helping everyone else, so we don't have to be self-centered. We're Krishna-centered, everything is properly done. As Guru Maharaj says, he says, if we put our energy to the center, then our energy will be properly distributed. If we eat and put our energy in our tummy, then all our parts of our body are properly nourished. And so if we put our limited energy to the Lord, our little energy will be properly used, properly utilized. And there we will find there's no shortage. It's the opposite of shortage. Everything is the richest of the rich, and it is not reactionary. It is not like karma. Here you exploit, you get something, then you have to repay. This is the law of karma. And so we must be very careful in this world to try to tread carefully. And treading carefully means put Krishna at the center. When we put Krishna at the center, but with love, with affection. But this has to grow. At the moment, we're a little bit like businessmen with Krishna, right? Dear Lord, we do some prayer. Maybe not, we're not pinpointing yourselves, but we see the nature. And we were in the Kumbh Mela, the Maha Kumbh Mela, the last one, 2013. And we interviewed many people, really, almost everybody, because one or two had some kind of unformed idea of selflessness, actually. But almost everybody was going for themselves, that they will get something by doing this pilgrimage to Kumbh Mela, bathing at this time, get clean from their karma, and by doing these prayers. And they got so many priests, you can rent the priest to do prayers, so you'll get rich, so you get cured, so you get a good husband, a good wife, good children. There are many things that happen. So we interviewed on camera, like many people, and there was a video, there is a movie, a documentary of that. But very difficult to find like a genuine person who really has come and they're inquisitive and they want to find out the solution of life. There must be some sadhu here who knows where is the eternal world, and this kind of thing. So mainly the motivation in the material world, the traditional material world, is to get something from the Lord, that I'll be at the center. But the selflessness part, when we can be selfless for the Lord, is giving us the opportunity to be recruited into the selfless world, which is Krishna's world. Who is Krishna? Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchit Ananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Savakarna Karnam. He's the origin of everything, the cause of all causes. He's everything. And he's the origin and the personality of eternality, consciousness, like being awake. I mean, just be consciousness. And joy, because joy is what consciousness is exactly for. Consciousness, to be conscious, doesn't mean, oh, so I've got to suffer and struggle and do everything else. The food of consciousness is joy. So Krishna is all of these things, and Krishna, being the origin of everything, he's made everything, but not to steal from him. Like in your garden, if you make a nice garden and your children just steal everything from the garden and sell it in the market and you've got nothing left in the garden, you're not very happy. But if your children in your own garden pick the flowers and make a garland and come to daddy, come to mummy and put on you, it's your own flowers, it's everything, and your own kids too. But they're coming and they're making mummy and daddy very happy. Oh yes, you can make me a garland every day if you like. Oh, okay, I'll do that, okay. But anyway, it's a very kind of a simplistic idea of how Krishna, he's the enjoyer, he's the one at the center, and we're the one to supply that joy. And so in this world, we are now in an unfortunate position in the sense of we're in this like fog, haze, that we don't know where is the proper direction. We're kind of going along like this. But there are those who come out from that fog, come through that fog. The masters who come and say, there is the guidebook, there is the map. We know where is that land of eternity and joy. We know how to go there. Just follow this direction. But the direction isn't a physical one. It's the direction of how to make ourselves fit to be recruited to that land. And so, hence we have Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan, the word, the song of God. And hence we've got Srimad Bhagavatam, which is Krishna's manifestation after he disappeared. Then Krishna is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. We have Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita in particular, which is bringing us Krishna as Gauranga Mahaprabhu coming to distribute himself. And what were we saying when we were out today on the walk? About rescuing the most needy. Anyway, and realizing we are the most needy. We're in Kali Yuga, we're in the middle of sin at every step. It's the ocean of sin. It's the ocean of sin, is described like that. And so we're in an ocean of sin. When you swim in sin, when you swim in salt water, go down to Brighton or Bournemouth. Go down to Bournemouth and swim in the water. Devananda knows, he lives there. And you get covered in salt water. And if you swim in the ocean of sin, you get covered in sin. The sin attached to everything. So we have to take the advantage or the process of this age. How we get out of this sin, how do we get into the mood of devotion? It's especially through chanting the names of the Lord. And of the names, the Maha Mantra, we just sang it, I mean how much we understood, but we sang that Hari Nama Maha Mantra Sava Mantra Sa. Of all mantras, the chief is this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. We chant with love and affection, and the sin side goes, and the positive remembrance of the Lord with affection comes. And this is the process in this age, and we must try our best to see that really there are those who can see the destination. They know, they don't have fog. We have fog, we can't see properly. We can't see what is the goal, we can't see how to go. We need guidance. And so this way, Sri Guru and his grace. And Krishna comes as Guru, as Gauranga Sundar. So it's a very good opportunity for us to remind ourselves that we've come so close to something very valuable, and just because everybody else isn't doing it, it doesn't mean it's not clean, clear, honest, and the very purpose of our human life. And yesterday or the day before, one of our devotees made an example, that is that we sometimes go to Jaipur when we go on pilgrimage in India, and Jaipur in particular, and there are other places, I'm not singling out only Jaipur. Jaipur is a place where every morning, not only on a festival morning or a whatever day of the week morning, but every morning, thousands of people go and have darshan and try to attend the Mangalati to the deities and do parikrama before going to work, before going to school, before doing their day. That's what they do. And chanting and singing the Maha Mantra. And then you see that, it was Devashish who said, then you see we are not a minority. Here in England, in London, so you kind of a minority. We think we're the minority. You go to Jaipur, and then with all the tilak, the chanting of the Hare Krishna, Jai Govinda, Jai Gopal, Keshava Madhava, Dina Dayal, so many things. Then you think, no, this is the majority. It's the majority. And so one of our devotees has this expression. We're actually the majority, but we're living in a minority area as far as our devotional life goes. So don't worry that others are not doing this, but we ourselves will try to catch the thread and see the positive thing. And it's for us individually. It's not, nobody's doing it, we're all sad. We're not sad. We've got so many people, your good selves, and so many people you see are coming when they get the chance to come, to hear and understand that, yes, this is what we should do, and then doing it. So not only as a theory, but as a practice. So you're all young, so think what Prahlad Maharaj said, because he was speaking to the very young. We're not quite as very young as he was speaking to. But the time is important, the urgency. And so we must try to make chanting Hare Krishna, doing service, being active in service, putting Krishna at the center, doing this every day. And it's free. Everybody can offer fruit, flower, water to Krishna. He says, you offer to me with love, I will accept it. And I think everybody with some God consciousness can offer with love. Krishna, please take this offering. I got some fruit, flower, water. Please take it. Please have it. And then, of course, as we can, we make our cooking, and we're cooking for the family, for each other anyway. Everyone's eating. Every house, how many thousands of houses in row by row by row all around us. Everyone's cooking and eating. But it's free. Just offer to Krishna first. Cook for Krishna. Buy the things in the shop for Krishna. What will he like? Cook something nice for Krishna. And feed yourselves and the family with the remnants of what's offered. It's prasadam. Krishna consciousness is a very sweet thing. And everybody gains. The fruits and the plants, they gain because their bodies are being used for Krishna. Who's cooking are gaining, they're offering to Krishna. Who's eating is gaining, they're honoring the prasadam of Krishna. It's all about the consciousness in which we are living our life. And so, it's not about the tradition of North India, South India, West India, East India, of that and the other, or about the British or the South Africans or the Venezuelans, the Russians. I mean, everyone's got some different customs and ideas. Gurudev went around the world. He saw everyone's got their customs, but the common need is to solve the problem of birth and death, but not just to put a bandage on it to take away the immediate distress, but to solve the root of the problem. And the root of the problem is we're living in the wrong place. We're living in the world of birth and death. unavoidable. And it's not morbid, it is reality. The positive side is that in Kali Yuga, the holy name of the Lord has come to quickly rescue us, not only rescue us, which is generally considered as moksha or liberation, to get liberated, oh, now I'm free from birth and death, but the positive side, that we'll use our energy in service and by the grace of the residents of the upper world be granted admission, taken up, embraced, come in, yes, come in. Now I see you're not going to steal those mangoes on our tree. You can come and help us offer them to Krishna too. So we want to be in that department where we are training, being trained. We're being trained by the masters and the scriptures, and we need the masters for us to know what is in the scripture properly. We're being trained how to think, how to behave, so that we can apply for our visa without cheating. You cannot cheat on your visa application to Krishna. And we have to, when you get the crossing the boxes, you know, you see a beautiful mango with no seed, no skin. Will you have any desire to taste it for yourself? Yes, a little bit. Okay, and answer, much, little bit, none. You know, and we can't cheat when we cross the boxes. They can see everything. Paramatma sees everything. But the Lord is affectionate to us. So if we try, He will help us to do the right thing. So, few words from me. This is Tungarasa Devirasi. She's come from Norway just for these few days festival. Tungarasa, please don't speak Norwegian, please speak English so we can understand.
I remember this topic. Like Gurudev, he says, oh, can I take this mango? But he said to him, yeah, if you offer half to Mahaprabhu, then you can take half.
It was actually, I think, a papaya, which was the case. You're thinking about Nrsimha Chaturdasi and Gurudev coming to the mat. Yeah. First you must offer to Krishna, then you take. That was our Gurudev's first day in the temple. Yes. Jai Saparika Shishi Guru Gauranga Sunda and Giriraju Ki Jai. Yes, you had a question.
Can you touch on 14 witnesses?
I can touch on it, maybe, because I think you must have read it recently. If I'd read it recently, I could probably touch it a bit more. But I think I better leave that one for
next time,
doing some homework and then answering that question. But the point, but finally, the witness is the loving Lord Krishna. And, as I say, a little homework will be good. But there are references where, like the foolish, there's something, this is within the scriptural side, like the foolish think they can close the doors and do anything, not knowing that the devas can witness, and not even the Supreme Lord, but the devas see everything we do. And they, I mean, maybe not every deva, but there are devas in charge of so many, they can see everything we do. You can't close and hide the door and not be seen. So there are so many witnesses, and you, I think, read recently or something, because there are descriptions of various, well, like this, witnesses. But they ultimately, Krishna, nothing can happen without the sanction of Krishna. This age is the age for Krishna consciousness. And yes, we can say Narayan, absolutely pure consciousness, the devotees of Ramachandra, etc. That's perfect. And of Nrsimhadev also, Prahlad Maharaj, is Shuddha Bhakti, is pure devotion. Nothing is motivated. But nothing is, first of all, everything comes from Krishna. That's accepted everywhere and given everywhere. But secondly, it is Krishna who is sanctioning all. So even if anybody sees this, that or the other, then it's Krishna who's the ultimate sanctioner. But Krishna's watching us is with that eye of affection. He wants us to come home and not stay in the cycle of suffering, birth and death. We just, Somebody, okay, an accident happened, and I told this, the brother of one devotee was hit and now in a coma. But another devotee has just had a baby. I mean, do we remember being in the womb of our mother? Srimad Bhagavatam describes the feeling of the moon, in the 5th canto perhaps, but in the Srimad Bhagavatam, describing us in the womb of our mother, and then being born, and then so many things. And it describes when we left, how we leave our bodies also. Now we're in the middle, and now we're all, more or less healthy. We're all more or less, conscious. We can reason. We're not foolish. We've got some idea. Now is the time to use our health and our healthy consciousness to be sensible about our life and not just drift with the general current of behavior, social behavior also, in Kali Yuga. Because if we drift with the general current in Kali Yuga, then it's like a big waterfall is waiting, like Niagara Falls or Victoria Falls or somewhere like that. So we go and we think it's all very beautiful, but suddenly we've got this waterfall. And people can say on the bank, oh, be careful, you're enjoying. But down there, if you just paddle in your canoe and, think it's such a beautiful day, then just down there you're going to go over the waterfall. Then if we hear that, and we can understand all these people that calling sincerely, telling us there is danger, then we should listen to how to come to the bank, and then how to come to safety. So this way, then we've got the call from the Lord, who wants us to come to the bank and come to safety. And so ultimately the witness of all witnesses is Sri Krishna, reality the beautiful, who is very happy if we do turn towards him and pay attention to his call, and his call in particular coming through as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, coming to call us. And he can see everything, he knows everything, and we need to be sincere and try our best. There's a lot of analysis in different places, and there are whole books of analysis. Jiva Goswami wrote 400,000 Sanskrit verses showing the science of Krishna consciousness and supporting what Rupa and Sanatana had given. And of course Rupa Goswami himself gave Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the science of devotion also. So there are many analyses. I mean, the science of all the different, like there are how many metals there are, how many this, and when you get 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 molecule of oxygen, just they're here in the air, put them together, you get a solid. A liquid, you get something like that. So, but we are happy to know there's water. But the material world is analyzed and there is a science. But the spiritual world is also analyzed and there is a science. And those specialists, they are there. And as I say, Jiva Goswami wrote 400,000 Sanskrit verses in explaining this science. And yesterday, I took a photograph of it, but it's on the phone. Yesterday I saw, or this morning, anyway, 5 thick volumes of the book Hari Bhakti, the one all the instructions of how to behave.
Natural instructions. Hari Bhakti Vilas.
Yeah, Hari Bhakti Vilas, a book. Yeah, for Sanatana Goswami, Hari Bhakti Vilas. It was Hari Bhakti Vilas. I've got my phone up. It was Hari. Okay, anyway, the point is this. 5 thick volumes of how to behave. I was afraid to open the book. And so I mentioned that, 5 volumes. but 400,000, that's almost 500,000 verses. And Srimad Bhagavatam is Srimad Bhagavatam is 18,000 verses. No?
No, 100.
That's the Mahabharata. Mahabharata is 100,000 verses, and the Srimad Bhagavatam is 18,000 verses. So then you can think, how many is 400,000 verses? So anyhow, the point is that the science of the upper world is well known to the scientists of the upper world who know it and have got all the analysis of the breakdowns of everything. But what do we need to know as the consumer, if you like? So after all this, what's the final conclusion of all this science and knowledge? This has been given by Srimad Bhagavatam, the last work of Vedavyas, where he himself said, here I'm going to give you the conclusion, the spotless Purana. No carrot in front of the nose to make us keep walking for thinking we get a material gain, so we'll do this. But it doesn't deal anything about material matters. It's only dealing with making our life successful to see the conclusion of knowledge is Krishna lives in Goloka Vrindavan, the topmost planet of the perfect realm of Vaikuntha, on all the different millions of departments of Vaikuntha, just as there's millions of departments of mundane quality of life and planets, etc. So Krishna lives in Goloka Vrindavan. He is worshipped by love of the heart. Every resident there, whether tree, creeper, bird, or human, anything, everybody is engaged in loving service to the Lord. And at the moment we are here where we maybe pray to the Lord to get something, or for protection in this world, for safety, whatever it may be, but we've forgotten how to love Krishna and put Krishna at the center with everything. So, except where we are now, we're in this cycle of birth and death in a temporary world. Accept that there's the goal of Goloka Vrindavan, and then how to go. How to go. Okay, the science in hundreds of thousands of verses has been given. Finally, that's the fact, where we are now, where we are to go, how to go. Chant, in Kali Yuga especially, chant this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra with love and affection and with service desire, to wake up our service mood. And just yesterday there's a new magazine, by the way, published by Devashish Prabhu, and we were reading in there, all devotees love to read Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. But how will we know the meaning? Just to read it, we will not get the right meaning. How will we get the meaning? By seva, by service. We have to wake up our service mood. So do offer your food to Krishna, do chant the holy name, and do everything in your life with Krishna at the center. And to learn how, or to get all the good tips and learn how to lead the family life in Krishna consciousness. Read, sing, see Sharanagati of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He is showing very beautifully how every form of life, every ashram, varna and ashram, we can engage 24 hours a day happily in service. So don't use family as an excuse. Bhaktivinoda Thakur's cancel that one. Offer your family to Krishna and do everything for him. This is the new magazine. The London Mat's 40th anniversary of the installation of the deities, as we said. Anyhow, we can look at the pictures today. The Srila Gurudev, actually in Navadip, this picture, but there are other pictures. Oh wow, you know who that is? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gauranga Sundar. These are some smaller pictures, but there's a bigger picture or two in here somewhere. Oh, There's a big picture of Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Sridhar Maharaj, the founder or charger of Chaitanya Saraswat. In 1941 or 42, he moved in 1941. So 1942, it's 80 years. So this is our Guru Maharaj, and no doubt there's a big picture coming up. Oh, this is, by the way, a beautiful picture of Guru Maharaj also. Sitting in his chair, chanting japa. Hare Krishna. Very familiar. We have sat there with him, hearing him so many times. And here's a beautiful picture of Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Govinda Maharaj. And he came to London. This is Srila Govinda Maharaj. He came to London 24 times. Devashish Prabhu added it all up. He asked me for all the itineraries of all the world tours. Whenever Gurudev stopped in London, even like for a couple of days in transit, he added it up. So, Hare Krishna. Okay, it's 8 o'clock. I was told until 8 o'clock. So we better let you all go. You've got jobs to go to, and some of you might have homes to go to also. If not, come and join the ashram. All right, so we'll end with Hari Harai Nama Krishna. I think it's page 60, is it?
60.
60.
Yes.
Yes, page 60 in the song book, and some of you may know it. And Rasamoy Pandita Devirasa can lead it for us.
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Namaha.
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya.
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Ya Madhavaya Keshava. Bal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan. Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan. Giridhari Gopinath Madhanam. Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita. Dadhara Srivasadi Gaurabhakti. Rupa Sanatan Bhatara. Shiva Gopala Bhattadasa. Jai Go Jai Gori Charananda. Ahoy Devi Gnana Sabista.
Gauranga Sundar Giriraju ki Jai. Jai to our Master Srila Bhakti. Jai Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai. Jai Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Vaga ki Jai. Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai. Jai Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai. Jai Vishwaranya Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. All the assembled devotees ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Acharya Vrinda ki Jai. And Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Oh dear. So let us give our obeisances to the beautiful, generous, most magnanimous Sri Gauranga Sundar. Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. Oh, be careful. Krishna was seeing if you were remembering his name.